press downs, but what I'm going to do with these is I'm actually going to do them from the floor. So I'm going to kneel on the floor, and I'm going to get close to the machine, and I'm really going to focus on, when I come down, really that horseshoe portion. Warm up the elbows. This is a great exercise for you guys that might have pain in your elbows. It's always the exercise that I start with. If you followed all my routines since the Olympia days, I like to do the ropes first to really get the elbows warm. It's not a heavy compound movement, and then I'll go into some heavier stuff. So I'm going to focus on 12, 15 repetitions. Listen, don't be afraid of doing 15 reps for some of these arm movements. Okay, so triceps first, and then biceps. So we'll go through about 3 or 4 different movements of triceps, and then we'll do some biceps. All right, so the dip machine. Now you see me do variations of this where I'm doing it just with body weight machines, and there's a lot of different variations of machines, but what I really like about this one, which is a Nautilus, it's an older school Nautilus machine, the thicker handles. I always like to do it with a thicker handle, just because the thinner ones seem to put a little more pressure on my elbows. So I'm still going to focus on 12 repetitions, probably 3 sets of this, but I really like using this machine at this gym, so it's going to go up a little bit in weight here. So I usually do 1 field set and then 2 like all-out working sets, where I don't go to failure, but I push to the burn. You see my grip also, pay attention to this. A lot of people grab here. I actually grab in the middle. Okay, so the elbow's a little more back. This is a 2-arm extension now. We do some overhead extended movements. This is gonna really stretch that muscle. So I always like to do some sort of press down movements, a dip movement, and then some sort of a overhead or a stretching movement. And this we'll do about 12 reps on. A lot of machines vary. But once again, we're just working on the extension and really just trying to build that horseshoe or tighten up that area. So I'm actually not gonna sit in the machine. I'm actually gonna do a Gold Gym Venice style machine press. Hammered bar. And what we're going to focus on is really going to stretch with the tricep and our extension, get a little squeeze. So just try to be back and really just take the elbows out of the movement as much as possible. So I'm starting off with a pretty decent weight, probably pyramid up a little bit, but still focus on about 12 repetitions. And this is going to be the final movement for tricep training. But this is a mass movement. Right, so this movement, pretty simple. Alternate dumbbell curl. Always my starting movement. For you guys that asked that watch the videos, remember, toward this bicep, you can kind of see the fibers there. 2 or 3 weeks prior to the 2011 Olympia. And I competed with a torn bicep. I lost the title. I had it fixed in 2012. And I came back in 13. And as I was training for 13, I partially tore the lower portion of this arm. And I went and had the MRI done after by the surgeon that did this. All right, so listen, This exercise is similar to the one we just did, which is the dumbbells. With this, you know, we did alternate with the dumbbells. But with this machine, it locks the elbow, so it keeps it a little more stationary. Because everyone knows I like to cheat, right? I like to cheat on my curls. That's why I kind of explained, you know, it worked well for me, but this keeps me a little more strict. We're going to focus on 12 reps, 3 sets of this. All right, so cable curls, constant tension on the biceps. Love this movement. I'd like to do it with a little longer bar, but they're limited with the bars here. So what I'm gonna do with this, okay, I'm gonna lean back a little bit so I can really get a good stretch in the biceps and the bottom movement. 12 reps. Okay, I'm gonna do three sets, 12 reps, and I'm gonna pyramid the weight up a little bit. So check this out.